It was a rainy evening at a quiet bus stop when a tired single dad spotted a young soldier sitting alone, her uniform soaked, her eyes heavy with exhaustion. He could have just walked past her, like everyone else had. But instead, he stopped, looked straight into her trembling eyes, and said something that would change both of their lives forever: "You're coming with me." David was a single father in his late 30s, raising his 10-year-old daughter, Lily, after his wife had passed away from illness 2 years earlier. Life hadn't been easy, balancing long shifts at the warehouse, making dinner at night, and tucking his daughter into bed. But through it all, he had promised himself one thing: no matter how hard life got, he would teach Lily to see people, not just walk past them. That evening, the rain poured relentlessly, and David hurried toward the bus stop with groceries in his hand. That's when he noticed her. A young woman, maybe mid-20s, in an army uniform, sitting with her duffel bag on the wet bench. Her shoulders were slumped, her hands trembled slightly, and though she tried to look strong, her eyes betrayed a storm inside. People passed by without a glance. Some even looked away. But David couldn't. Something about her reminded him of the nights he'd sat outside the hospital, helpless, when his wife was sick, those same eyes that tried to be strong when everything inside was breaking. "Miss, are you all right?" he asked, carefully approaching. The soldier forced a small smile. "I'm fine, sir. Just waiting for the bus." David looked at the soaked schedule board. The last bus had already passed. She knew it too but didn't admit it. Her lips pressed together as if admitting the truth would make her weaker. David crouched down to her level. "Listen, you can't stay here like this. Come with me. You're coming with me." The soldier blinked, shocked. "Sir, I couldn't. I don't want to intrude." But David shook his head. "Intrude? You've been out there protecting people like me and my daughter, while we sleep safe in our beds. Tonight, let me protect you. That's not intrusion. That's family." The soldier swallowed hard, holding back tears. No one had spoken to her like that in years. Slowly, hesitantly, she picked up her duffel bag and followed him. When they reached his modest little home, Lily ran to the door. "Daddy, who's this?" David smiled. "This is our guest. She's a soldier. And tonight, she's family." Lily's eyes widened with admiration. "A real soldier?" she asked, before rushing to hug the stranger. The young woman froze at first, then gently hugged back, her tough exterior breaking for the first time in a long while. Dinner was simple, spaghetti and garlic bread, but to the soldier, it felt like a feast. For months she had been eating in military mess halls, surrounded by noise and discipline, never warmth. Here, in this small kitchen with a father and his daughter, she felt something she hadn't felt in years: peace. Her name was Sarah. She had just returned from deployment overseas. No family had come to meet her. No one had waited at the airport. She had told herself it didn't matter, but deep down, it broke her heart. Coming home to no one was worse than the battlefield. As Lily asked her endless questions, "What's it like being a soldier? Are you brave all the time? Did you save people?" Sarah's laughter slowly returned. She hadn't realized how much she had missed the sound of her own laughter. Later that night, after Lily had gone to bed, Sarah sat quietly at the table while David washed dishes. She finally whispered, "You didn't have to do this for me." "Why did you?" David paused, then turned to her. "Because once, I wished someone had done it for me. When my wife died, I came home from the hospital to an empty house. No food on the table. No one to tell me it was going to be all right. I promised myself that if I ever saw someone carrying that same kind of loneliness, I wouldn't let them face it alone." Sarah's eyes filled with tears. For so long she had carried her pain in silence, thinking no one could understand. Yet here was a man who did. The next morning, before she left, Sarah knelt in front of Lily and handed her a small patch from her uniform. "For you," she said softly. "Because you reminded me what it feels like to be home." Lily hugged her tightly, refusing to let go. David walked Sarah to the door. "Wherever you go next," he said firmly, "remember, you've got a family here. You're never alone." Sarah nodded, her lips trembling. "Thank you. You'll never know how much this means." As she walked away, David watched from the doorway, holding his daughter's hand. He knew their paths had crossed for a reason. And though Sarah left that morning, she carried with her something more powerful than any medal or honor. She carried the memory of a stranger who refused to let her disappear into loneliness. And perhaps that was the true lesson. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness, 3 simple words, "You're coming with me," can rescue a soul far more than we realize. This isn't just a story about a single dad and a soldier. It's about all of us. How many people do we walk past every day who might just need someone to stop, see them, and say, "You're not alone"?